Faith Bridge. This is Pastor Ben here checking in with you on a Tuesday afternoon. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you're finding a hopeful place in your life. I also hope you are finding reasons to be cheerful. And I use that phrase intentionally because I was listening to a podcast this week, Freakonomics podcast, and the title of the episode was Reasons to be Cheerful. They began the podcast by talking about what they call the negativity bias. So the negativity bias, you've probably experienced this, is that bad emotions affect us more than the good emotions affect us. In fact, they have a ratio that it takes 4 good things to balance out one bad thing. Now, I'm guessing you have experienced this. So say you're in a performance review and your boss lists 1,000 things that you're good at, 1,000 things you're doing well in your job, but then there's this one constructive feedback, constructive criticism, and that's all you can remember. You forget about the 1,000 good things and focus on the one bad thing. That's the negativity bias. And what has happened is the news outlets know this, right? Remember that old adage from newspapers, if it bleeds, it leads. And that's part of this, because if they report negative news, they know that it's going to sell more newspapers. It's going to sell more clicks on their website. So I've been really wrestling with this. And so what's the connection? We're hearing lots of bad news about the coronavirus, number of people dying and people affected, and economies are crashing. That's a lot of bad news coming at us. And where's the good news in that? If it takes four good things to balance out the one bad thing, we've got a long ways to go. So this has been my struggle, because we as Christians should be people who proclaim the good news. We should proclaim the gospel message, the good news of Christ, that Christ came and took on flesh and died for us and has been raised from the dead. And because of that, we should all know how much we're loved by God. We need to be proclaimers of this good news, proclaimers of all good news, to counterbalance all of this negativity, all of this bad news that we're hearing. So here's the challenge this week, friends. Share some good news. It could be something little that's happened in your life that's good, or a news story that you found that's good news. I want to share one thing that I've been thinking of that's been good news for me during this time of social distancing is an unexpected thing, that physical location doesn't matter as much as it used to. I've got friends in Seattle, and I've got friends and family in Minneapolis. And the world has shrunk, and I've become closer to them and talk with them more during the coronavirus than perhaps I would have otherwise, which is remarkable, and that's some good news for me. And also, and I'll put the links up in the comments section so you can click on a link to the podcast that I was talking about, as well as a few other links. One link I'll post is a link to David Byrne. Is I guess the lead singer of the Talking Heads. I think that's the name of the band. And has started a website called reasonstobecheerful.world, where the articles that are posted on the website are all positive news articles. So maybe we make that shift to look for positive news instead of negative news, so that we can indeed find reasons to be cheerful. But we want to hear from you. Tell us some good news. In the comments, post a link, post something that's been good news for you, and maybe by doing so, we can counteract all of the bad news, all of the negativity that we're hearing, and focus on the positive things. And by doing so, maybe that'll give us hope. Maybe that will give us reasons to be cheerful indeed. Y'all take care. I hope to see you soon. And know that you're loved. God loves you. We love you.